All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome to your latest Chelsea news. We've got, once again, quite a lot of interesting topics to go through. One of the biggest interesting topic right now is in regards to the defenders. Chelsea are apparently scouting, monitoring defenders all across Europe, as you can see the highlighted text on the screen. And this is what we want to talk about. Is there an issue in defense? How do we feel about the defenders that we have? And who are we linked with? Who are we genuinely linked with? Are they actually going to make a difference for us? So we're going to talk about that, and there are other bits and pieces that we want to go through as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get cracking along. First up, before we get to all of that, smash up the like button, guys. Absolutely. Take the moment right now. You know you're always here. You know you're always watching the updates. You're always watching the watch-alongs, live streams, all of that. You enjoy the channel, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Let's race towards 37,000 subscribers and let's get to that 40,000 mark ASAP. All right. Chelsea are actively scouting, monitoring, and starting some contracts for centre backs. Starting some contacts, not contracts. I was going to say contracts. Starting some contacts for centre backs in Europe. It's a position they are really looking at. Could be January or next summer. Thomas Araujo is a player they love. This is coming from Fabrizio Romano. Thomas Araujo, ladies and gentlemen, is a player that we got linked with the summer window that just went by. I don't know too much about this defender. All I know is that he plays for Benfica, and everyone is raving about him on social media, all over Twitter. Everyone is saying that he's a sensational defender from Benfica, very, very good on the ball, and from a defensive standpoint, excellent as well. As I said, I don't know too much about Thomas Araujo, so we're going to park that for a second. I want to first talk about, do we really need a defender? I think we do, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, I feel like, and we're going to do a separate video down the track, whether Enzo Maresca is a little bit conservative with his approach, especially against the big teams. We're going to do a separate video on that. But just quickly on this, I do think he is a little bit conservative, and partly because of our defenders' problems, our centre-backs problem, defensive, personnel that we have. Had we had players in the ilk of a Virgil van Dijk or a Konate or a Saliba or even Magalhaes, that type of defenders who are some of the top defenders in world football at the moment, Militao or even Rudiger, right, from Real Madrid, I think we could be a little bit more expansive. The fact that we have this young defense, the fact that the defense is a bit shaky, they're not consistent. All of our defenders seem to make mistakes on a regular basis, sometimes multiple times in a match, which I'm pretty sure scares the living daylights out of Enzo Maresca. So I think there is an innate need to get a defender. I know it sounds so silly. All these defenders, and we still need defenders. That just shows that the sporting directors probably haven't done the right job, and probably even scouts. We praise the scouts, we praise the sporting directors in isolation on certain matters, but in this situation with defenders, you look at our defenders, right? Levi Colwill is a particular defender that I actually rate, but he's not flawless. He's been having issues. Every match for the past few matches started off with a bang, and then for the past few matches, especially the big ones, the big matches, whether it's Liverpool, whether it's Man United, whether it's Arsenal, you expect a player like Levi Colwill to really stand up and ensure that there is no mistakes, but he still makes mistakes. Wesley Fofana, another one that on a regular basis makes mistakes. I know last game a lot of people were happy about it, but if you re-watch that game again against Arsenal, there were moments where he was a little bit shaky as well. And forget about the Arsenal game. Look at all the other previous games before that. Wesley Fofana definitely has been shaky. I'm not fully convinced with Wesley Fofana as yet because I need to see consistency. You look at some of our backups. Desasi, not good enough for Chelsea Football Club. Badiashile, not good enough for Chelsea Football Club, not good enough for the Premier League, to be honest. Tosin, I don't know what the plan is with Tosin. We picked him up on a free. He seems to be good on the ball, but once again, defensively, he's a bit shaky. He's prone to that odd bozo moment. So there is probably a need. We've got Anselmino. but he's a youngster from Boca Juniors, and he's on loan. He's potentially going to stay on loan over there for the remainder of the season. Chalobah is in Crystal Palace, who I don't even think Chalobah is the standard, but he's better than Badiashile and Desasi. That just tells you how poor Badiashile and Desasi is. So we have a problem. We definitely have a problem. Chelsea Football Club, we can't move forward unless and until we have an absolute boss of a defender. I said this in the last transfer window, in the summer transfer window leading up to this particular season. I said, if we don't have a boss defender, it's going to be very difficult. And I think Enzo Maresca, this is why he's a tad bit conservative moving into some of these big matches. He doesn't feel the same confidence for some of these defenders to be a little bit more expansive. You know, we have the 5-and-5 policy, 5 up, 5 defense when on the ball. Off the ball, 4-4-2 formation, right? Defending in 4-4-2. But I think Enzo Maresca, if we had defenders who are of a higher caliber, a lot of people are talking about we need a Konate type of a defender. I think we do. Absolute monster. Good on the ball, and just from a physicality point of view, amazing. Had we had defenders like Virgil van Dijk and Konate, I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure Enzo Maresca would be using another attacking player. Instead of 5-and-5, it'd probably go 4-and-6. And this is probably what's stopping us. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts. Do you think there is a defensive problem? Do you think there is not a defensive problem in the sense of the structure or the system, but do you think there is a problem in terms of the personnel? Can they actually carry out what Enzo Maresca wants them to carry out seamlessly? What do you think about Thomas Araujo as well? Let me know your thoughts. Or do you think there are other defenders? The other one that I really like recently who I watched is Diamande of Sporting Lisbon, who has really caught my eye. So let me know your thoughts. Murillo is another one from Nottingham Forest, by the way. Murillo is a really, really good centre-back, but then again, he's a left-footed, and we've got someone like Levi Colwell right now. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. Glenn Hoddle. I was behind the bench at Stamford Bridge. It was interesting watching the subs and all players want to play. It's not all hunky-dory. I can see players were upset about not getting on, and some coming off that weren't happy. He's done a great job, but there's a long way to go. But I think those 2 other cups are really helping with keeping players happy. If they go out of those 2 trophies, then I think he'll have a bit more of a problem. At the moment, Maresca, has done a wonderful job, and what a good squad he's got. So, look, fully agree with Glenn Hoddle. I mean, we've played 11 matches, and we're already starting to hear rumors about Nkunku, starting to hear rumors about maybe, a little bit of frustration creeping into João Felix. And this is very normal. I fully predicted that this was going to happen. Yeah, in the early stages of the season, everyone was happy. Everyone was excited about the new season. Now the season is well and truly getting into it, and we're getting into the middle parts of the season. Some of these players are not happy to just be the second fiddle, not happy to be part of the Conference League squad or just the cup competition and just be a bit part player in the Premier League. So in this upcoming moment after the international break that's coming up, it is going to be very interesting how Enzo Maresca balances out the squad. I think there's quite a lot of teams quite a lot of players that are in that A team that that supposedly plays in the Premier League. Quite a lot of players that are probably not good enough. They need to be playing in the Conference League, and some of the Conference League players that are participating right now probably needs to be integrated into the Premier League. Now that the fixtures after the international break is going to be a lot more favorable, I want to see how Enzo Maresca just get into the next gear, 3rd gear, 4th gear, really start accelerating. Yes, we've had some tough matches, and maybe because of that, he was a little bit conservative. But I now need to see what Enzo Maresca does with his full squad. Because if he doesn't find a solution with this huge squad, there will be more disgruntled players. There will be. And once again, I blame the sporting directors for having such a huge squad. I don't think you need such a huge squad to compete in all levels. And not just the huge squad, it's just too many players in the same position. Too many number 10s, too many half-space players. Probably too many wingers as well. So, and then we don't have a striker. So the building of the squad probably wasn't adequate. But this is something that we need to look out for after the international break. What happens to the psyche of some of these players? Are they going to be happy just not playing at all? Do you know what I mean? Felix hasn't seen a Premier League minute for God knows how long. So let's see, ladies and gentlemen, what happens down the track. Next up, Jason Cundy. Arsenal really came to life when Pedro Neto went on to the right and Mikel Mudryk on the left. Mudryk defensively, that part of his game has got to improve. I felt Bukayo Saka got more space when that decision was made. So look, people that truly, understands football, watches Chelsea on a regular, will tell you, yeah, on the ball, maybe Mikel Mudryk has improved. Maresca has said this in the press conference. He's still got a lot to learn from a defensive standpoint. And Mudryk, yeah, it's true. Whenever he starts, this is why he plays in the Conference League, because the level of opposition in the Conference League are not going to be able to hurt us in transition. Mudryk, this is why he doesn't play in the Premier League. He still lacks defensively. If you're not giving Pedro Neto level of performances on and off the ball, it's going to be very difficult for us to appreciate a player. Very, very difficult. Pedro Neto, the work rate he has off the ball is insane. He's always helping out his fullbacks. Always making sure that the opposition winger is doubled up with the fullback and himself. You have to be able to do that. Mudryk, I've seen it. He might, as I said, he might have improved on the ball, but you can clearly see when we lose the ball, yeah, he's jogging back. He's not interested. I don't understand why some of these players, your Mudryks, your Nkunkus, your Felixes, and a few others that we have, I don't understand why you jog. Why are you jogging? Why are you not interested to defend? It's an important part of the game. You need to win the ball back. You can't just be standing there waiting for the ball to come to you. That's too much luxury. Way too much luxury. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Pedro Neto. I don't think I'm in my best shape yet. I'm working to get there. And I work every day to get in shape to be the best player I can be. That's what I'll continue to do. And I hope to be even better, which is fantastic. Pedro Neto, for me, ladies and gentlemen, is the standard. He's absolutely sensational on the ball, off the ball, technical ability, close control, shooting ability, crossing ability, pressing, cutting off passing lanes, winning duels, winning the second ball. Everything about Pedro Neto is exactly the standard that Chelsea Football Club needs. Pedro Neto, the confidence levels are always the same. If I don't believe in myself, who will? I go to work every day with the confidence that I'm the best and that I can do even better, do better every day. I love it, man. I hope our wingers can model their game to this guy's ability. Use him as a role model, honestly. He comes across a very good character as well, a serious level character who takes pride in his work. And I love it. Hopefully he continues to do well for Chelsea and hopefully he stays fit. And if he plays one game a week, I've got no problems with that. There's no need for him to play Conference League anymore. I think Conference League position needs to be probably given to Mudryk. Pedro Neto needs to move to the right side, and then we need to find a solution on that left side. Potentially Jadon Sancho, potentially Joao Felix, who can play in the half space, and then you get the fullbacks to be the widest player. We shall see. But Pedro Neto definitely locked in for the Premier League. Gives us another threat. Cole Palmer is a huge threat. Pedro Neto is becoming a big threat for the opposition as well. Next up, Wesley Fofana has withdrawn from the France squad ahead of the upcoming international. Fantastic news. Similarly, ladies and gentlemen, Malo Gusto has withdrawn from the France under-21 squad, and there's a few others as well. Cole Palmer has withdrawn. Levi Colwell has withdrawn, and a couple of the other players have withdrawn as well, which is great news. Honestly, these internationals that are coming up, ladies and gentlemen, it's just pointless. I don't understand, especially for England as well. They're not going to top the Nations League group. Greece has secured that position. There's no need for it. And all of these international breaks in the first 3 to 4 months of the new season, it's mad, man. It's too crazy for all of these players. So I'm glad some of our players have pulled off. They pulled out from the international duty. Take a lot of rest, because after the international break, we've got some favorable fixtures coming our way, and we need to win. We must win. We went through a phase where, a couple of matches, no problems. We picked up draws against some big teams. All right. Now, after the international break, we will start demanding wins. We need the players to be fit. We need the players to be rested. And I'm glad some of these players have pulled out from international duty. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything we spoke about. Smash up the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, take care. See ya.